hanging out in our room today because it is hot, hot, hot outside. Well, I'm going live in the room right now because it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I almost forgot to go live. It's a little after 4. And so everybody's kind of inside. We've got heat advisories today. And then, oh, I'm so excited. We have 2 days of heat, really bad heat, and then we're going to be back in the 80s. And so my heart is happy because that is definitely the weather that I like. So I have a bunch of garden projects that I'm going to be doing starting Friday, I think. But yeah, so give you guys some updates and then tell you some of my plans for what's going to be coming up in August in the kitchen for me. So we have been doing some job interviews and crossing our fingers. My husband has a verbal offer, so hopefully that gets paperwork happens this week. And then I have a second interview tomorrow and a first interview tomorrow. So super excited about that. So hopefully we'll have the job fronts covered and start saving for a future place of our own. And then the other thing that's an update is we got a truck. We went out to buy a commuter car, and my husband found a great deal on a Chevy Silverado. I had to remember the name. And so we ended up getting the truck, which we've wanted a truck. We were just going to replace our Expedition with a truck and then have a commuter car. But this works, and it was a great deal. So he's been out all day getting that registered, insured, tires, oil change, all the things that needs to happen. So we are super thankful and blessed for that. We've been helping some of our community this week, do yard sales and things like that. And so we've been out of the house a whole lot, which is one of the reasons why I didn't have a video on Friday. I was out at helping somebody with a yard sale on Friday and Saturday, and Thursday was jam-packed. I didn't get a chance to record. So I will have videos this week, even though it's going to be hot, even though it's rainy. We're planning on getting some stuff done. I have some topics. I'm actually sitting in the sunroom most of today. Just there's people out there and lots of noise right now. But been sitting in the sunroom laying out all of my seeds and all of my best friend's seeds and really going through what we have so I can complete my seed order. I got new Bootstrap Farmer stuff that came in. I haven't even opened it yet. We got some grow lights, shop lights that are the daylight bulbs. And then I'm going to be getting a rack. So we're going to be setting up our seed starting station soon. I'm really excited about that because it is just about time for us to do that. So I'm laying everything out right now, going through all the seeds, and then I'm deciding what we need to order, what we're starting for fall, what we're doing for spring. So I'm looking at both seasons right now and just knocking out the order for both. That way I have it this winter when I'm ready to plant. So that's kind of my goal right now, is to really just narrow in on what we have and what we need. Being realistic and being smart about what we're buying. So we have that going on. And then I have an Azure standard order that is going to be closing July 31st, I think. And so we'll get it somewhere in the first week of August. And I am planning on, in this order, getting frozen fruit. We're going to get some strawberries, some blueberries, if it's not all sold out, and some pectin. And we are going to start canning up some jelly and some things like that. We have cucumbers coming in pretty heavy in the garden right now. So we're going to be quick pickling. We have got some, as the peppers start to really ramp up, I am going to be doing fermenting of hot sauce and things like that for my husband and her husband. And that's kind of what we're moving into now. So it's been a lot of garden prep, then it's been a lot of building community, and now it's getting jobs situated and getting on all of the things. It's going to be harvesting everything. Right now we're getting small amounts of stuff, which is great because we're using it, but we're trying to get things in place for when we have larger amounts of things. We have the canning jars. We have some canning jars right there, ready to use and get things rolling. The other thing I'm planning on ordering is cabbage, again from Azure Standard, and I'm going to be hopefully making some sauerkraut, and then obviously we're going to eat a bunch of cabbage. So it was on sale. Some of you requested some recipes on what we do with cabbage, so I have that on my radar that I need to share that. I'm not going to share the sauerkraut right away because for some reason I failed the last two times I did sauerkraut, so I just need to I need to figure it out before I share that. But I'm hoping to do something with sauerkraut and caraway, because the cabbage and caraway, because I really like caraway in my kraut. All the ones I've had with it in it, I've liked. So we're getting ready to get things going. We'll have a canner going in August and just getting things moving along. We are figuring out, now that we've been sharing spaces for a couple months, meal planning and different styles that everybody likes to eat and all of those things. So it's on the nights that I'm going to be cooking dinner, I might be recording more, and just getting everything all figured out. So we're excited about everything coming up. But those are our big updates this week. Second interview for me, verbal offer for the hubby. So be praying for us that God's will is done in which jobs we're going to get. And we got a truck, so we have two vehicles. So he has a vehicle to go to work, and I have a vehicle to go to work. And yeah, we're just very thankful and very blessed. Very busy a lot of the times. So that's kind of where we are and what we are working on. I would love to know. I have some ideas for what's coming in the garden and what I'm planning on doing in the kitchen, but I would still love to hear some of your ideas on things that you would like to know, some things that would be helpful to you. What food are you having a hard time figuring out how, if you get a big harvest of it, what to do with it? What foods are you leaving out in the garden and not harvesting because you're like, I don't know exactly how I want to deal with this right now? And I'd love to help try to figure out some of those things for you, and give you some ideas, because it's not just a gardening channel, it is living with intention. And we live it with intention in how we spend our time, in what we're eating, and what we're growing, our emotional and spiritual health, and all the things that we do. It's really important that we're living with intention. And so if you're new to the channel and you haven't checked out some of the old Tea Time with Jen videos, I usually do those in the winter. And those break down a lot of living with intention and our heart and what we're sharing, and how things move in, and how we make decisions for our everyday life. And we talk about relationships in those. We talk about parenting. We talk about loss. We talk about forgiving. We talk about all kinds of things in those videos. So if you are looking for something on super hot days to listen to, it's kind of podcast style. You don't need to actually watch it. It's just us sitting there talking. But those are some fun videos to check out and see what's going on. So, and who we are, if you want to get to know a little bit more about us as a couple, as a family, and so forth. So, yeah, and then obviously with everything going on, we're just praying for our country with what happened over the weekend. Um, so we're just praying for our country, and um, that's all I'm gonna say on that. And we're just very thankful about all the things that we have been doing, the way life has been growing, and we're getting settled into Arkansas. I'm very I know I say I'm thankful all the time, but I really am. And we're really happy. So we're making plans for Christmas already, and we're making plans for winter gardening and all the things. So that's kind of where we are. Planning for the future, living in the now, and just being very intentional in how we are spending our time. So that's kind of what I have for you today. If there's certain recipes, we're going to try some new recipes. Now, I can take you along if you want on some of the canning, but maybe I'm not probably not going to give the recipes or things. Because I think I'm gonna be teaching my friend as I'm doing them. So I don't know if I will record those completely, but I'll share what we're working on, and I'll share what we're doing. Once I get my quick pickle done we have these little white cucumbers that are super cute. And so we're going to quick pickle those, and we're going to get we got to figure out her recipe, things she likes, things that I like, and figure that out in the kitchen. And then I'll be sharing some stuff. But there will definitely be some cabbage recipes coming soon, because I'm very excited about the 40 pounds of cabbage we're going to be getting. And that's it. That's what I have. So make sure to let me know in the comments, again, if there's anything harvest-wise you'd like to see in videos on how we deal with it and how we process or use it as it comes in. Sometimes it might be, if you only have a few things, that how do you use just a couple of green beans and one squash and like a couple cherry tomatoes. If you need help with that, like, that's my expertise for sure. So if that's something you'd like, I can try to do a video on something along those lines. But I'd love some feedback for some of the information that you would like. And as always, we're doing lives on Mondays right now. And if that doesn't, we may end up switching that in the future. It seems like it depends on if I get the job, how my work schedule is going to be. I may end up switching and going back to 3 videos and maybe a once a month live. But I feel like the lives, you get to know me a little bit better, and my personality, and kind of what's going on in our lives. So, and following our journey on our move and relocation, all the things. And so, it's kind of nice to do the live, and it's great when there's people on. I know I changed the time frame today. We have everybody home tonight, and it's really hot. And I think we're going to play games tonight. So I wanted to be intentional in setting the live earlier in the day, and making sure that we have some good family time and game time. So I'm hoping we're going to introduce everybody to Risk Legacy. So we got a new game board for that we can all jump into as my best friend's family and my husband and I, and do that all together and keep playing that game together as we scour the board. If you haven't played it, you absolutely should look into it. It's a great game. So that's what I have for you today. That's our update. That's what's coming in the kitchen in the future. Our garden is off the hook. We actually had a chicken get into the garden last night and stay the night in the garden. We didn't know it. That's why we couldn't find it. So that was an adventure. We had an egg in our squash plants. But yeah, it's just been fun. It's been a good adventure. So that's what we've been busy with. If you are just joining, make sure you watch the replay so you can hear all the fun stuff. But we appreciate you following us along on the journey. And I look forward to sharing all of the planning that we have going on for the gardening. So we are about to do the seed starting, that's coming. We have all the things about to start jumping into with preserving, canning, and seed starting for the fall, and just keep on going. So I hope you'll join us next Monday for our next live. And then obviously we have videos on Wednesdays and Fridays as well. We'll see you on the next one.